sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Today we've got a compelling AFC matchup for you, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders!
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium.
For Las Vegas.
And they will wrangle them down a couple of yards shy of the 30. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive.
28-yard line.
And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now, because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Right to the air goes Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. Oh, what a move. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Throwing Nix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First down, Denver.
To throw is Nix. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
They have three tight ends in that formation, that's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Nix. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's good.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
First and
Only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on third down, in particular not letting third and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on first and...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. R.J. Harvey. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7.
The 10-play drive that time. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Random, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll go again with Jeanty. He works his way forward for a couple of past the 30.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now Smith. He'll try and do this himself. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now it's Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Malcolm Kuntz there on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw, here's Nix, setting up a screen for Harvey. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49.
It's
a big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
For Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Off the play fake. Nix. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
26 more yards.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
They'll go play action with Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
10 more yards.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 15-yard line.
Nix to the air. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And the Broncos, first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Touchdown, Broncos! Evan Ingram from 4 yards out. Touchdown. And the Broncos lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Raiders nothing.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Broncos.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Left side complete to Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Lockett, the man in motion. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Gino now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Gino. It's caught, Lockett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Alex Singleton making the play defensively.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, Smith. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To throw is Smith. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively. And, Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive. And it's been paying off for them so far this game.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After the main field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They'll run for the first time with Tyler Bidet. And we'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to throw. Nix. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
A gain of 1 yard. And the Broncos first down.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Harvey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
15 yards.
15 yards there on the catch and run.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On the handoff, Harvey. A beautiful fake. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. ground.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, back to Harvey. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Got him out open, it's Sutton. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Touchdown! Evan Ingram, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off
for the Broncos.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now it's Smith. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A loss of 4 there. picks up second.
At the 19.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
You ready to speed? You ready to speed?
Throwing is Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Smith. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Sets up
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On play action, here's Nix. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field that took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Nix. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
At the 39-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Throwing Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff. Here's Harvey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw is Nix. And that is incomplete.
Nix's pass.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep this a 15-point game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They'll start on the ground with Genty to about the 48-yard line.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Now maybe a free play here for Smith. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Chino going to hand it to Genty. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, this might very well have been 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They get a nice throw there on 3rd down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Smith. Open man is Tucker. And a crossover out of bounds right at the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Here's Smith. This complete to Lockett. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 40-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Tyler Lockett from 3 yards out. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Off the bootleg, here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 96 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's good for a Broncos.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Again, it's Harvey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Nix. They'll swing this out to Harvey. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
It's a gain of 20.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Nix to the air. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Second down and
That's what they
goal.
have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the give, it's Harvey. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts
It's now third
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This is an easy one, 23-yarder.
23-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Will Lutz
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment. But a penalty flag on the field. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Lockett, the man in motion. Geno now to throw. He'll get this out to Genty. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Nick Bonito
brings up second.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. And we're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, but this could really get ugly in the second half.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Third and 4. Now Smith. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A 55-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
That's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
To throw, here's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. A run here with Harvey. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And a fast footwork by White. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Brings up second and
defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Smith. It's caught. Block it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the option, it's Smith himself. And the ball is knocked out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So that play, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 129 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Once more with Harvey. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
He came through with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Nix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Smith now to throw. Left side complete to Lockett. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up second and 9 at the Broncos' 36-yard line.
To throw is Smith. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
14 more yards.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Well, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he stopped immediately there. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there, all 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Gino. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for three, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get three, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 4. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Working out of the gun is Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 14 yards that time for number 14.
1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Broncos.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On the tackle there, Lonnie Johnson.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6. On the ground, Harvey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this one drops in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred him free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
52-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. The 2nd field goal here in this 3rd quarter, his 3rd of the game so far.
He's been an important part of the offense, that's for sure, and they may need him again before this one's said and done. So I would treat him like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. Leave him alone and let him focus.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
Now Gino. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Wow, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Throwing is Smith. Now he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers from 17 yards out. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On play action, here's Nix. And the Raiders have got it. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. To throw is Nix. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
13 yards on the
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, It's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Here's Harvey. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Throwing Nix. That's taken in by Franklin.
Nix's pass. Complete to Troy Franklin. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And this offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for the Broncos. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run with Harvey. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Nix from the shotgun. And this throw incomplete. Intended to figure out a little good that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. On the handoff, Harvey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it on board. Here we go. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A 53-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Broncos.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Will Lutz
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Smith. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to go down again. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now it's O'Connell. That's complete on the bubble screen. That's Tucker. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. So there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Nick's going to give this to Bidet. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down. It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Broncos.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Nix to the air. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Nix. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now it's Nix. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, a run with the day. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, he's had success running the football on this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Malcolm Kuntz showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Broncos.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders now set to get the football back. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Geno now to throw. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Smith. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw, here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1 yard gain. Again, it's Bidet. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. The Raiders offense ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Smith. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And he's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Nick Bonito in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just about on his own goal line. And taken right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. Denver's offense ready to go again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Here's Bidet trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
A gain of a yard.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now 2nd and 9. They'll go back to Bidet. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.